Parts of India, including the capital, New Delhi, are seeing extensive flooding from heavy rains. The main river in the capital region has burst its banks. That's affecting access to drinking water as several water treatment plants are flooded. Some government offices, schools, and colleges are now closed until at least Sunday. Rescue crews are trying to help anyone trapped by the rising floodwaters. Thousands have also been moved from their homes. Journalist Neha Punya is in the Indian capital for us this morning, tracking the story. Neha, tell us more about the impact of the floodwaters.
Chris, the impact is quite devastating. In fact, India's capital has not seen scenes like this in the last 40 years. A lot of people comparing the situation now to the last flood of this kind that New Delhi witnessed in the 1970s. What's happened now is that it's no longer raining, but the flood waters have accumulated in the city's roads, and that's making daily life very tough. The river Yamuna, which is the lifeline of Delhi, it provides a landlocked city with all of its water needs. It's now flowing 3 meters above the danger mark, and a neighboring region is also releasing more and more water into the river because they too are dealing with a flood-like situation. So that water is now spilling out into localities, onto Delhi's main arterial roads that have been shut for traffic. We've seen how in some regions the waterlogging is neck deep. People have been wading out of their homes, trying to take whatever belongings they can with them, but some people have been stranded, which is where the National Disaster Response Force has been deployed. They're using boats to reach people whose houses have been completely inundated. But shocking scenes for the capital city of a country where, drone footage is showing there are large swaths of land that are completely underwater. You can see cars, some homes completely submerged, and the government is saying the situation should improve by the end of Thursday. But the weather conditions that have brought in record rainfall are likely to continue till at least Friday.
The images we're looking right now are incredible. This year's monsoon season, Neha, has been especially intense. Is there a reason for that?
Absolutely. I mean, the summer monsoon is what brings most of India's rainfall to the country. It's the lifeline for the country's farmers, who make up about 60% of the country's population. But with climate change, we have seen the monsoon become far more devastating and far more intense. For example, this month alone, July, Delhi has received double the rainfall it receives on average, which is why the city's infrastructure has not been able to cope with that deluge. Experts say the drainage system needs an overhaul as well, and we've seen what's happened with the river Yamuna swelling as well. There's nowhere for this water to go, and authorities really also scrambling to address the situation that's already proved to be an emergency-like situation. They've ask people to stay at home, to not step out unless they can absolutely need to do it. But we've seen how this has impacted the poor of the city. 16,000 people have been evacuated. Many of them, though, refusing to leave their homes. They're saying they don't want to let go of their belongings. They don't know what or even when they'll be able to return. But it speaks of how climate change is a reality for millions living in South Asia.
Neha Punya, thank you for your reporting.